Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I thought today we might do a short video celebrating the end of March and welcoming in April. Thought we might do some cute things and do a small recap of March and yes, read out some poetry as well, because that's one of my favourite things to do. Right now, on the record player, I've got this absolutely beautiful record playing. It is Le Petit Mais Solennel. I think the painting's by Constable, which is strange. I've never seen this painting by Constable, and the first time I saw this in the record shop, I think it was in Ealing, near Questus Theatre, I just fell in love with this, and I was like, I need to get it. So yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful record. It's got one of my favourite choral songs that's going to play at some point. I don't know if you can hear it, but yes, it's the very last song, Agnus Dei. I think right now they're playing Sanctus? Not entirely sure. But anyway, this was a little bit of a prelude to one of my most exciting finds of March. So I was just scrolling through the TV guide, I think some Sunday a few weeks ago, in the beginning of March, and I found this TV show by accident. It is so good, and the reason why it's a prequel, but why me showing you that record was a bit of a prequel to me explaining this TV show, is because if you like classical music, if you like choral music, and 1940s England, and just Oxford, the architecture of Oxford, you will be obsessed with this show. It's called Endeavour, and it's a prequel to Inspector Morse. I've never really been a big fan of Inspector Morse, like I'd see some episodes, but Endeavour is just stylized so well. It's gorgeous. The costumes, the music, the drama. I just love it. So yes, I highly recommend you watch it. Have not been sponsored at all, but if you like that kind of old school vibe, then I think you'll like that. Now, I wanted to show you some flowers I got. So this is my vase for today. I actually do have a much bigger vase, which is currently supporting my phone right now, so I can't show you, but the flowers are kind of dying, so I thought I might show you the ones that are still alive. This is my spring set. They're so gorgeous, aren't they? I like how I've gone for a purpley, pinky collection this time. I had lots of daffodils. I bought these beautiful daffodils, and you know how normally daffodils, you either get the very yellow sunshine variety, or you can get the yellow big petals and the middle bit is like very orange. I was able to find one which was pale yellow, and I absolutely loved it. I think it made the other colours stand out. I had roses in the vase behind my phone, but I won't show you that one because it's a bit sad at the moment. It's dying, and yeah, maybe next time I'll get more roses and show you. But yes, I love this vase. I've had it forever. It goes quite nicely up there. Now, another thing that I did this month was I went to my childhood favourite bookstore. It's more of a greeting store. It's in South Ken, and I used to go there a lot when I was a child, even before we moved to London. And I started talking to the manager of the store because I wanted to get a poster from there. And there was a beautiful poster by, let me find the name of the artist, Margaret Tarrant, and it was a poster of the Peter Pan statue in Hyde Park, or I think it's like Kensington Park, but I think of it as Hyde Park because it's just one. Anyway, it's the Peter Pan statue in Hyde Park, and it's got all these beautiful fairies around it and flowers, and I was like to him, oh my god, that was my childhood. I love that one so much. I think I might get it. And then he was asking like, oh, how old were you when you first came here? And we started talking, and then he told me that unfortunately the shop is going to be closing down in a few months' time. And that made me quite emotional because I've been going to that shop for a really long time now. I've passed by it a countless amount of times, and it's been such a special treat for me every time we'd come to London before we moved here. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit sad about that. It's a big part of my childhood that's gonna leave. So I'm trying to go there as often as I can and try and support the place. But this is the poster I ended up getting. I didn't get the Kensington, what's it called? The Peter Pan statue one. Got this one instead. I don't know if you can see it. There. Yes, this is the one. Oh, it's so beautiful. I've hung it by my bedroom. Not my bedroom, by my bed. See, it's got the angels there, and animals, and children, and flowers. It's so gorgeous. It says, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. It's by Margaret Tarrant, and it was the Medici Society that printed this out. I'm sure that if you went to school in England, you would have had to sing the hymn if your school did hymns, all things bright and beautiful. So it just reminded me of my childhood, and how we had to sing that like every morning or something at assembly. So yeah, that was my, what's it called? My show and tell for today. And exciting thing, right? I found a very, very old journal that I used to keep. It's from 2 years ago, and I wrote down on each page like something that, what's it called? I don't know, little quotes, little sayings or advice that I was learning at the time. And it's really interesting because I kept this around summer of 2023, and I flicked through it. Some of the things I do agree with, but a lot of what I said I don't agree with, which is interesting because I kind of thought when I was writing this, whatever I was writing was going to be set in stone for the rest of my life, hence why I had to document it. But I think that's the beauty of keeping a journal, isn't it? You can just see how you grow and develop through the years, and I think it's my favourite thing to do, to keep a journal or diary around, because you might think it's really cringe at the time, but then years later you look back on it and you're like, oh my god, these are literal like gems from my childhood. I can't believe I used to say things like that. I can't believe I wrote that poem that I thought was really crap back then, but is actually something I can work on now, which is kind of like one of the videos I did for this channel, on a surrealist poem I wrote. So I thought I might flick through a random page and find what interesting advice my 21-year-old self can give to us today. Here's something that's sweet. Just because you took longer than others doesn't mean you failed. Okay, I think that's something I really needed to hear right now. Let's find another one. Sorry, my eyes. Okay, this one's interesting. This is something my professor told me when I was studying in the States. He was one of my favourite professors because at the end of every class, in the last 5-10 minutes, we were studying game theory, but in the last 5-10 minutes he would stop talking about the studies we were looking at and the theory behind it, and he would start talking about life in general, and he would give these great philosophical soliloquies to us, which are just literally so beautiful. And one of the things he said in our last class was this: the more you want something, the more vulnerable you are to it. Now, I don't know, maybe that's something you needed to hear right now, but I hung on to that. He said that 3 years ago, but that's something that I think about a lot. The more you want something, the more vulnerable you are to it. And I think after hearing that, I was in a time of my life where I was quite scared of vulnerability, and I was for a few years after that. And I kind of used that as a justification, like, oh, if I just act like I don't want something, it'll be easier because then I won't be vulnerable to it. But then as you get older, you realize that to be human, you kind of have to be vulnerable. And that's something that's taken a long time for me to learn. But I'm glad I got here, got through it. Now finally, I thought I would read out a short poem by one of my favourite poets, Laurie Lee. I've bookmarked it rather unconventionally today. Oh, and I got a picture of a tree at the back that I did quite a while ago. I bought this book. Sorry, the bookmark that I had just fell down. I'm just gonna go pick it up. I had like a gem as a bookmark. I should have seen that was a bad idea. And now I lost my page. Okay. Let's find it. It was a beautiful poem. So I got this book, I remember, when I was going to, what's it called? I was going to the seaside, and I brought this along with me. And Laurie Lee is just one of those poets that I simply can never, ever, ever, ever get bored of. The things he writes are just straight from the heart. It's not pretentious at all. It's not super drawn out. It's just to the point. And the metaphors he uses, the words he uses are just so visceral. You can feel it. You can reach out and grab it. When you read his poems, you can reach out and grab whatever image he has beautifully painted with the words. So yes, I'm gonna read 2 poems. This is called Fish and Water. A golden fish, like a pint of wine, rolls the sea under green, glassily balanced on the tide, only the skin between. Fish and water lean together, separate and one, till a fatal flash of the instant sun lazily corkscrews down. Did fish and water drink each other? The reed leans there alone, as we, who once drank each other's breath, have emptied the air and gone. I love this poem so much! And now, as Easter comes, I shall read the poem Easter Green. The Easter Green. Not dross, but dressed with good, is this gold air. Not bald nor bare, but bearded like a god, grown old more fair. Dazed from the pit I see glazes of holy light on day and diamond night. Through every sun I hear the chiming aconite. I, from the well new drawn, with root and flower am crowned, drowsed, but not drowned. The Easter Father blesses with the Lamb. The Son is not disowned. So shall I know, come fall, come flesh returning frail, this shriving shall not fail. The green blood flushing at the heart anoints the prodigal. Sorry about that. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I forgot. Let's open up April, the calendar. 1 second. The reason why I'm rushing is because I literally have 10 seconds until my storage goes away, my storage ends. Here's March. And here comes April. Oh, that's gorgeous.